Oh, what is up, my dogs? I'm back with a video for you, and yes, I called you my dogs. I also clapped in your face. I don't know why I did that, but I did a lot of strange hand movements and clapping and stuff in the last video I did. I was watching it back, and I think I'm just gonna stick with it because I think it's my thing. How are you today? Also, I just have a lot to say today, and I wanted to do a video like this, but I was like, oh, nobody really liked it or any, like my last video about bananas and cheese and stuff, like nobody really liked it or anything, and the video of me rapping live and stuff got like 3 likes, so I am listening to my target audience and doing exactly what they didn't expect me to do, and that is another one of these videos where I'm talking, because I will be talking about caffeine today, but before we get into that, I want to talk about something. Let's address the white elephant in the room, and that is my hair. I put dry shampoo in it today, and does it show? I don't know. Comment down below. Whoa. See, I'm a rapper. On top of that, I am wearing this shirt that I literally have not worn since grade 10. Yes, it still fits me perfectly. Speaking of clothes fitting me, I have a story to share. This is my segue. So I'm sitting at my local Tim Hortons 2 days ago, and I have my iced cap mocha. By the way, we're going to talk about that a little bit in the caffeine segment, because like, okay, let me just say, iced caps are my favorite thing like on a cold day, and mochas are my favorite thing on like a hot day, but like the two together, oh my gosh, is everything. Anyways, we're not talking about that right now. So I'm looking out the window, I'm sipping my iced cap mocha, I'm just staring out the window, it's a nice day, I see 2 stores that I've never really paid attention to before. One's a thrift store, so I'm like, okay, I gotta hit that up, and the one beside it is something that I guess I thought was a thrift store, and I was like so excited. I'm like, 2 thrift stores beside each other, back to back, jackpot, heck yes, let's go. And then I realized like the second store that I was looking at, okay, I'm gonna say it's called Fit for Less, and the way I interpreted that name was like fit, like clothes that fit for less, like for less money. And I'm thinking, okay, this is great. In reality, it's actually a gym, like fit as in fitness for less, like it's an affordable gym or something like that. So that's okay. I'm walking into this store. I see 2 people in front of me. They have like their gym bags or something. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I guess they're just gonna go shopping with their bag. That's whatever. You know, save the planet, no more plastic bags. And then I walk in, they open the door for me, and I'm like, oh, that's very nice, thank you. And then they have, you know, those like metal bar gate things that you like walk through, and you know, it kind of moves and it spins. It's the spinny gate type things. You have to like, I'm like, okay, that looks like fun. So I realize at this point, this is a gym. Okay, this is awkward. I don't even look like I'm gonna go to the gym today. I don't have anything. But, you know, I'll be, like, polite about it. I've already made a mistake, because I'm just gonna walk in, like, ask for a pamphlet, ask a couple questions, maybe walk out. I go to, like, move this door, and it's freaking locked. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's this metal bar gate spinny door. I go to move it, and it doesn't even move. I'm like, okay. And then the guys, like, right behind me, like, they look at me, they both look at me, and they take out their passes, and they just stare me down as they, like, tap their little thing against the scanner or whatever, and they get let in, and they just stare at me as they walk through the gate. And I was like, and I pretend like, oh, right, I forgot my little pass too. Like, what the heck? What's going on? And I get the whole gym membership thing. Like, I'm not trying to drag this company, but like, what the heck do you think is gonna happen? Like, you have to like lock your doors so that like only the members can come in? What do you think I'm gonna do? Like, run in, like, steal your services? Like, run on a treadmill? They're like, oh, he's running so fast we can't catch him. When you get off that thing, buddy, you're in big trouble. Like, what? And this is not like a diss. I'm sure you're a great gym, but like that was very disorienting for me. And I walked out of there and I was just like, okay, I'm going to my Salvation Army now and just gonna walk around and like clear my head. That was a ride. Okay, now I want to talk about something else before we get into caffeine, and that's the fact that I think my voice is getting like higher or something, like just based off of listening to my old songs. Like, okay, I'm gonna play a clip of me rapping 4 years ago. This is me rapping in 2014.
You don't need to hear me out, I don't make music or live life for myself. I can't be brought down, got nothing to lose, put my heart on the line for every one of you.
Now here's a clip of me rapping 2 years ago. This is me rapping in 2016.
Yeah, I said that just to bring back that bad pun. Now close the book, cause I'm overlooked, but you better know that I know how to have fun. All I see is the sun, you call that a rain cloud.
You can like, it's a noticeable difference, right? So now this is me rapping like today. This is me rapping in 2018.
Since my mind entered a pretty bad state, Volume 3 is always the last mixtape, but I ain't saying goodbye to the rap game. No, not yet. There's still a little bit I gotta get. I'm just a year.
Do I sound like a totally different person? I don't know. Let me know if I do, because What the heck? Okay, I have like a couple more things actually I want to talk about before I get into caffeine. One is the fact that like, okay, you know that Einstein quote that like nobody actually knows if Einstein said it or not? It's like something about like results. Hold on, I have it like written down. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. One thing, people say like they don't even know if Einstein actually says it. Einstein always gets the credit for saying that for some reason, and nobody actually knows if that's like the direct quote or if that's like actually like paraphrase or something, like what it, and then the fact that I was like thinking about this the other day, I've heard this quote in like two like completely different contexts. One is the fact that like, oh yeah, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, so don't do the same thing over and over again because that's crazy. Like the other way I've heard this quote is like the exact opposite. It's just like insanity doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. You keep at it, you keep going, you're gonna get there, and people might call you insane, people might call you crazy, but as long as you keep motivated, you will achieve your goals or whatever. Like it's like the two completely different, like they're trying to prove two completely opposite different things, but it's the same quote. Like what is, I don't know, why does this quote exist? Why do we still hang on to it? I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. I've also realized I've like had this thing for a long time, like me and my friend, we've always had a way of like greeting each other by tripping each other. Like when I'd be sitting down or something and then he'd walk by, I'd just automatically put my leg out to trip him. And like that was like a good thing. That was like our secret handshake kind of thing. There's been like a couple occasions where I've like automatically tripped someone knowing that it's not my friend and knowing that like I'm gonna feel bad about it, but I still do it. And I don't know if that's weird. Like there was one time in like grade 10 or something, and I saw this, I was sitting in it, I distinctly remember I'm just sitting in this chair and someone walks past and I know it's not my friend, and as he's walking past I put out my leg, I look him dead in the eyes, and he just trips over my legs. And the thing is, this guy's like, he was like the nicest person in the entire school, and he just like he trips like full on trips over my leg, and I'm like, as soon as I did it, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, like I didn't mean it. He's just like, oh no, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been in the way of your legs, but like, oh, it was my fault. And I'm like, this is the nicest person ever, and I just tripped him. I feel even worse now. Another time I tripped someone was just like last week. So I work at like a golf and country club, so I'm responsible for like washing the cart. So I'm taking this like hose out of the shed, like pulling the hose like to my washing station, and as I am, like it's going up and down, like, you know, I'm just like, it's going off the cement and out. So, and then I see someone who wants to like walk past, and I'm like, okay, so I better like put the hose down so that he can step over it and walk safely. So I do, and I'm like, don't worry, okay, yeah, and like literally the second he has 1 foot over the hose, he's like dead in the middle of this thing, I just pull it. I don't know why, like, I don't know why I pulled this thing, like, for some reason, I think I thought that like, oh, he's like almost over it, I can start to pull it again and he'll be fine, but of course the hose like lifts up to like his knees and he goes flying, like I legitimately tripped this gentleman, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, and he's just like laughing, he's just like, oh, it's okay, he took it as like a joke, like I meant to do that, because I was kind of like, oh yeah, you can walk, whoops, but I was legitimately, I didn't want to do that, like I think something like tripped in my brain, I'm just like, pull the rope. I don't know, like if reincarnation is real, I think my past life might have been some sort of like crazy psychopath who used to trip people for like comedy, like I don't know what's wrong with me, because I felt so bad, like I don't want to cause suffering to people, so if I see someone trip and I've caused it, I don't find that funny, but I realize that I'm doing it on purpose. Okay, so I've already kind of talked about a lot of things at this point, and I haven't even started talking about caffeine, so I'm gonna get into caffeine now. Let's start with like my first exposure to Starbucks. In grade 9, we went to Starbucks after school. It was a big deal. It was just like, wow, we're in high school now, we're basically adults, we can drink coffee, blah blah blah. So I got like a Frappuccino, and I didn't realize it had caffeine in it at the time. I'm like, oh, it tastes like a milkshake, it's probably fine. And I got hooked on them, and I'm just like, okay, well this is really good. It gives me a lot of energy, it makes me feel alive. Looking back, I realized that's very problematic, but that was kind of how it all started. Grade 9, and then I got into mochas, lattes, iced caps, and then last summer I had an iced coffee for the first time. I have a picture of it. It was in Hawaii. Check it out. I don't know, it's kind of all been downhill since then. So I like caffeinated teas, I like all that stuff, but one thing I do not like is coffee itself. I don't know why. The taste of actual, just straight coffee is disgusting to me. Everything to do with caffeine, espresso, I love it. I love it all. But yeah, coffee, no. No, not for me. Along the lines of caffeine, I want to talk about Red Bull. Okay, I've had 2 Red Bulls in my entire life. One was sugar-free, and one had sugar in it, like a regular Red Bull. So both were problematic. I had the sugar-free one I had last summer, and I remember I was driving to work. I was really tired, so I was sipping this thing. I was driving to work, and I was like, all of a sudden I'm behind the wheel and I'm like blasting the thing at the top and I'm like singing at the top of my lungs and I'm just like I couldn't even sit still in my seat. By the time I got to work, 20 minutes into my shift, I felt like passing out. I'm not even kidding. So it gave me energy for like 20 minutes and then I was just like dead for the rest of the night. And then the second time I had Red Bull, like a real Red Bull, not like no sugar free, just like an original Red Bull, was actually, if you saw my slime, how to make slime video, it was literally, I drank a Red Bull like right after that, because I had to go to work right after that. I was filming that video and as I was filming it, I got a text and I got called into work and I'm like, I literally, like, right before I was filming that video, I was out with 4D Records filming, recording the Whoa rap remake for Liam Sturges. Like, it was a crazy day. I was just out doing so much fun stuff, and I'm like, now I'm making slime, and then I get a call and I have to go into work, and I'm like, this has been like the most insane day ever. It's time to bring out the big guns. So I got a Red Bull, and yeah, it was actually okay. I think it was good. I remember having no energy and then I had energy, so I think that was the point of an energy drink, and I didn't black out, the world didn't stop spinning, so I think it was okay. I don't know if I'm gonna do it again, but it was a positive experience. I had like a lot more to say about caffeine, but I feel like, I don't know, like only recently I've realized that it might be a negative contributor to my anxiety, so I don't want to I was gonna make it a lot more longer and like go tell a lot more stories and a lot more jokes about it, but I don't know. I'll let you know if there's more to say about it. Like I'll keep you updated about like how my experience in life is regarding caffeine, and if something changes, I'll probably do another video if it's worth sharing. Anyways, I'm gonna go film the room tour now, and I'll see you in the next video.